Welcome to the Global Landscapes Forum here in Accra 2019, where we will be discussing about how we're going to restore Africa's landscapes, uniting action from above to below. And this afternoon, I have Cecile Ndjebet, who is an agronomist and a social forester by profession, a gender specialist and women leadership trainer and advisor with 33 years of experience in the field, even though you don't look like you have that. In 2009, Cecile founded the African Women's Network for Community Management of Forests, REFACOF, a regional network within 17 countries in West and Central Africa. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you. So, the last time we chatted, we were in Nairobi.
Yes.
At the GLF, right? Nairobi
GLF.
1
year already, yeah.
1 year already.
Mm-hmm.
Since that 1 year, has there been any marked changes in terms of the work that you do with environment and with women?
Yeah, I don't think there is much, but yeah, I can say there is some changes. Yeah. Let me think of the project we are now implementing with C4. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really from the Landscape Forum last year that the idea started to come up, and it has been now, I think it's a great one. Yeah. We are working with women. Maybe I will talk about it later. But there is some changing. But also we can see it's like improvement or more awareness raising on the landscape restoration and the role of women more and more. Of course, we are expecting a little bit more, especially from resource mobilizations. But so far, at least the discourse is going on positively.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So do you want to tell us a bit more about the project you're talking about with C4?
Yeah, this is a very great initiative. I will even talk about it during the Global Landscape Forum, during my participation, where C4 and us, we are implementing, how can I say it, like bioenergy and land restoration. So we are working with a group of women who are fish smokers women.
Okay.
And now we are, and they have been using mangrove to smoke fish with traditional groves. And now with the project, we have started improving the stoves and showing them, training them how to use less wood and smoke less, less be exposed to smoke, because they have some diseases because of this smoke. They are breathing it all the time. Yeah. So the improved stove help them to avoid being in contact with the very bad smoke for their health, but also it is improving the quality of their fish, and it's improving even the time. It's less time consuming. I think it's very promising. It's just a pilot, but so far women are happy.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
they're very happy. Yeah.
At least things are changing in that way. So I was going to even ask you in terms of, because I know you do a lot of work with land tenure and women's rights.
Yeah.
Where are we on this journey?
Where are we? Yeah. Still a big challenge.
Okay.
We are talking about restoration. We are talking about bioenergy. We are talking about family farming. The tenure is still a challenge, and we have to address the tenure issues if you want to succeed. And I think, of course, the discourse, everybody has recognized the importance of secure tenure, especially for the women, but less is done, because, it's also linked to cultural practices. And to change the culture is something extremely difficult. To change the tradition is very difficult. I know that we are pushing for at least a legal reform, and they are going on. But still, if you see in most of the laws or land laws, they are neutral. It's true. They are not gender sensitive. It's true. But they are not preventing women from getting access to land. But then the practices in the rural area because the land is managed by the head of the family, the head of the chief of the village. You know, they are men.
Right.
And the woman, traditionally, culturally, she does not own anything. She doesn't have ownership over the land. So I think we have started few initiatives with traditional chiefs and head of families and queen mothers to try to let them understand what are the danger of having unsecure tenure, not for the woman even, but for themselves, for the family, because the women are working to, you know, to secure family life. And
sorry, this I was going to say, right? This is it's here.
Let's put it here.
And move this now. I wanted to stop you also because I think we go back again.
Oh no, it's okay. Let's continue.
Stretching.
Not sometimes it comes, then it goes.
Okay.
So let's continue from.
Okay. Yeah. So the challenge is still that to change culture is difficult. To change traditions is difficult. We need to work with head of the families who are men. We need to work with traditional chiefs. We need to work with women themselves. You know, they have been educated since decades to behave as they are behaving, and they don't think anything can change. So what I see like a great progress is that it is widely recognized that tenure should be addressed if we need to impact positively what we're doing. Yeah, if we need landscape restoration to succeed, if we want family farming to succeed, we need to address the tenure issues. But then, how to make it happen? Policy and regulation, at least they should get in the way where we have very, very visible women and men written in the law. Because from there, it can help at least during the implementation to see that women are also one of the target group that has the right to own the land. But now, we need to work more to try to improve the culture, because this is cultural issues. It's not really, as I was saying, we can deal with the law even if it's neutral, but it's difficult to deal with culture unless we really work on that. So Refakov is working with, we are carrying out few initiatives with chief of the villages and family head and queen's mother. And the first thing is to show them what are the consequences for themselves on insecure tenure for the women, because women is a key in the family, is a key actor. Women is bringing money, women is bringing food, she's bringing wealth for the family. But if she doesn't have security to land, it will be difficult. How can we achieve the objective of the decade on family farming if we cannot secure land for the women who are 80% farm workers, at least 68% food producers? And it goes the same. We were just talking about how to put the two decades together, because the landscape decade and the family decade should be together. They are dealing with the same actors. They are dealing with the same issues. We are dealing with poverty. We are dealing with climate change. We are dealing with capacities. We are dealing with market, and we are dealing with women, rural women, men, community. We are dealing with rural youth. So, being in family farming decade or landscape decade, we are dealing with the same actors at the local level. So we need to see it as complementary and develop synergies so that we can expect some great impact or changes, at least the achievement of the objective. But tenure is still a big challenge that global, all of us should contribute to address.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very important. I think that sometimes we act in separate bubbles.
Yeah.
But I think at the moment it's like, I mean, it's one bubble, it's one earth. We're all facing the same thing. So it kind of has to be streamlined or consolidated in a way to see the measured improvements.
Definitely. If not, we cannot. You know, working in silos cannot do.
No.
We can't go anywhere with that. We need to be together. We need to network. We need to coordinate it. We need to build synergy. We need to partner to move together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
So you'll be speaking in 2 sessions, I hear, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you want to share a bit more about what you'll be talking about and what you hope to achieve?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tomorrow, yeah, first of all, I will be talking about the role of women in the landscape restoration. And I will focus on some initiatives which are promising, yeah, as the one I just shared with you.
Yeah.
We have some more. I will be talking about what women are doing in the fragile areas like mangrove, how they conserve it, how they improve it, how they value it, how they restore the mangrove area in different countries. I will also be talking about what they are doing in terrestrial ecosystem like forests themselves, and how they are pushing and trying to save their environment to get better living. Yes, and economic empowerment, how we can deal with it. Because in our experience, when women have improved their economic status, they are more likely to influence the environment. Yes,
Right.
even these policies, you know, you can see now in the villages, women are being asked to join the decision-making structure because of the economic power they are gaining.
Right.
So how can we support that and try to push for economic empowerment of the women? I'm going to share some with that. And the gender, you know, the gender, as I said in Nairobi last year, we need to change the narrative. And I believe that we should focus on children.
Okay.
We need to work with children,
Right.
small kids. So long as, you know, when you are pregnant and you give birth, the day you give birth, if it's a baby girl, she has a different status. If it's a baby boy, he has a different status. Why? You took it from yourself, you know, the same 9 months, and they should have the same rights.
Right.
So I think while working with women, men, the youth, but still it is very important now to also try to work with kids.
Right.
Start with them very early. They are more likely to change than we. You know, we are already formatted,
Yes,
you know,
yes, yes.
and conditioned. It becomes very difficult for us to change. But with the kid, with the young people, I see them agent of change, those who will be really become champion
Right.
in gender equality.
I agree.
Yeah, so I will share all that during my 2 sessions.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's wonderful. I don't know if there's anything else. I think we've covered everything, but is there anything else that you think is important that any message you want to share that maybe I haven't asked
Yeah. Maybe I have a message. I started talking about it yesterday during the sessions. To influence policies, we need to be in,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
So I believe, and I strongly believe that with this decade to come on landscape restoration for a resilient ecosystem, we need to have women on board, we need to have young people on board, and not having them as passive implementers,
Right.
but having them also as decision makers. So for me, I recommended that very strongly to AFR 100, that the governing structure of that initiative should include women and the youth, so that they can take care of their issues, they can influence the process, and they will know how to get their interests taken care of. When you are not there, nobody will think of you.
That's true.
So that's the key message. The second one is for the landscape restoration. Yeah, the GLF is a very great initiative. So I'm calling upon all those partners, all those stakeholders to understand that we cannot achieve sustainable ecosystem without having women on board.
Right.
I want them to understand that. And the key issues we have to address is to mobilize funding and let funding get through the women.
Right. Because women know how to manage the funding
Yes.
better, and they know how to push it further.
I think they have to get resources, adequate financial resources, to continue to contribute to landscape restoration. We cannot do that anywhere in Africa, leaving women behind.
Right. I totally agree. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you being here and taking the time. And we wish you a great 2 days here in Accra.
Thank
with
you so
GLF.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.